pretty simple. I win.
Hello, guys, and welcome to Indiana Sports Connection. So don't think I forgot about it. I know I had a video come out earlier today, but the Hoosiers, the biggest game of the Darren DeVries era is tonight at 9 o'clock against Purdue. And make no bones about it. I mean, this Indiana can really, and I'm hitting the microphone here. Indiana can really turn the season around in this one game. I mean, they have no quad, one win so far, and they have many people, myself included, we have nothing to really believe in this team. If they can get this done against Purdue tonight, it would definitely change the game for Indiana. We're going to talk about Purdue on this episode. They are reeling. We're going to talk about what's happened to them, what's happened to some of their players, what's happened to their defense, and all that on this episode while I ramble my way through it. I see you guys in here already. Thank you so much for being here. Connor, love the show so much. Keep cooking them up. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. And Bowden's flip phone. If they get into foul trouble early, or if they're careless without the ball, no chance. They will need to shoot 50% from the field and 40% from three. I think keep that turnovers on. That's probably a good recipe for getting it done. Thank you guys for being here. Before I even showed up, I was a few minutes late. So thank you for holding on. And I will tell you, the snow and everything, I have a young daughter. It is killing me with trying to get to making the video. So I was going to do the live stream tonight. I do not know if I can stay awake because this morning, I woke up at 4 a.m. to finish editing a video before I had my daughter all day today because school was canceled again. So that's the situation I'm running into. And tomorrow there's a 2-hour delay. Will probably be turned into a cancellation. So that's just what I'm dealing with. I'm trying to play through the pain here, but if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button down below. Thank you for being here. Hit that thumbs up button. It pumps the video out to more Hoosier fans. And we're going to get right into it because Purdue is reeling right now. They went, and I've been watching a lot of their games lately. So where I noticed it, when I was watching the Iowa game last week, that was on January 14th, Wednesday, and they were really struggling. Iowa was scoring at will on Purdue in that game. That's become a real issue for Purdue, which Iowa was taking the ball straight to the hole on Purdue over and over. And if you watch that game, Iowa was really in command of that game for about 3/4 of the game. They were in the lead, and then Purdue took over really in the last maybe like 12 minutes. So Purdue, even though they won that game against Iowa, they pulled that game out and they turned it on in the end of that game. But what they've been doing is just trying to outscore people. And that bodes well for Indiana because Indiana is the type of team that can outscore people. And we just had a confidence building win on the road. Will that translate to the home game tonight for Purdue? And for Darren DeVries, this game is huge. This is his first game of the rivalry. It's his first, game at home playing against Purdue, first game playing against Matt Painter, just all that kind of stuff. And like Indiana lost that game, last week to Iowa at home. We lost to Iowa at home. We lost to Nebraska at home. Those games, although bad losses, you don't want to lose those games at home, but Bowden's flip phone, thank you so much. Let me get your comment right up here. And there never has been or ever will be anything sweeter than beating a good Purdue team. I hope the fans will show up. We need a packed house. I was thinking about actually driving down there right now. I don't know if I can make it. I've got about 3 hours, but I hope it is packed down there because you got to fill the balconies for this game. You got to let me flip my camera over here. Here we go. Okay. I don't know what just happened there because the camera just turned off. But all right. No, Bowden's flip phone. You are right. If they win this game at home tonight, there'll be people will forget about some of the other games. And this will just be really, this team and I hate to use this term, this team needs to get over the hump. They need to beat a quad one team. They really need to go up. So, what have we seen out of these guys? Nick Dorn in that last game, and really in the last few games, has played a lot better. Can he continue that tonight at home? So far, like when we've played at home, our role players have played better in these games at home. So will we get like, can Connor Enright get 10 points in this game? That would help a lot. And our inside guys are going to have their work cut out for them because we know Purdue is big inside. They got those two big lummox guys inside, Danielson and whatever their names are. But they got those two big guys. Who is going to guard TKR? Is it going to be Tucker DeVries? That it could be a matchup on defense because he's been struggling. And will he struggle in this game tonight? Thank you again, Bowden, for the and there was a person I wanted to highlight. This person, I looked him up. Jim Cook, they left a $10 super chat on the show the other day on the premiere, and I was I don't know what I was doing, but I did not see it. So thank you so much for that. And let me get back to my yes, Jim Cook, the $10 super chat. I just wanted to shout you out on the show because we've had some coming in, and Sco also with another one. I appreciate it so much. You have no clue how I love this channel. I want to keep growing this. I want to keep like turn this into an actual like radio show or something. Stay tuned. It's in the it's in the works. But let me get this back up. Your comments and everything. But let's see. Always a good court of public opinion here. Purdue's priority is helping Braden Smith become the all-time national assist leader before the season. That does seem like what they want to see happen. So, I mean, this game tonight is going to come down to. I mean, we're going to have to shoot the lights out. We might have to score 100 points to win this game. And our Tucker DeVries, he had a little bit better game in the last game. I mean, Tucker DeVries, Lamar Wilkerson, and Nick Dorn, those three guys, they all scored in the 20s. I don't expect that against Purdue, but we're going to need something out of all three of those guys. We're going to need Nick Dorn to hit some shots. I don't know if Nick Dorn starts tonight. I like the way that lineup played when they only had one like true point guard on the floor, starting Connerway and Enright together. Maybe that's not such a great thing. So, and thank you so much for that. And I love my man Kent. He's a ham. I mean, getting that uniform, you gotta say that takes some dedication for Kent. And hey, I mean, one thing we need to remind all the Purdue fans tonight is that we won a national championship in football before they won a national championship in basketball. I mean, just think about that for a second. I mean, they're talking about our dusty banners and all that much. Yeah, right. Now we got one in football, like right there just a few days ago. So no more dusty banners talk from the Purdue fans. Suck it, Purdue. And I hate Purdue. I hate Purdue with a passion. And this team, Fletcher Lawyer is not that great of a player. And he's not been playing that good. He's probably in my top of annoying players to myself is Fletcher Lawyer. So I want to see him really stick it to him tonight. Block his shots, make him uncomfortable. Who's going to be guarding him? If it's Enright or Connerway or Enright, one of those guys will definitely be on Braden Smith, or they'll probably be switching on and off on him. But Indiana inside is going to have to rebound the ball like crazy in this game. It's going to have to be, they're going to have to get physical with them. What happened? I mean, Purdue choked down the stretch in the game against Illinois. All these Purdue games, the last couple where they lost, I watched the Illinois game, and they were not playing well in that game at all. And then Illinois, they were leaving them. And this is what gave me great hope for Indiana in this game. They were just leaving Illinois wide open on the three ball spot. I mean, you get some good ball movement on this Purdue team, and their defense, they start scrambling, and they don't have like tall guys either. Like Braden Smith is not the guy who's going to leap up into the air and block your 3-point shot. If you're a foot behind the couple feet behind the line, he's just not. So between him and Lawyer, those two that can be liabilities on defense. Is that where Indiana can just be able to get hot on the threes? Getting it going early could be a big part of this, getting Tucker DeVries. And then the other part Indiana cannot do, and this just goes without being said, you can't foul in this game. You can't foul, and you got to look at all of the other big games you've played so far. Like our biggest games were against Louisville, Kentucky. Those games we had long stretches, whether it be the last 10 minutes of the Kentucky game or the first 10 minutes of the Louisville game. You have got to play a 40-minute game. I mean, that might be easier said than done, but that's not what we've seen Indiana not do in these games. And so, can they do it? Is it fatigue? I think a little bit of it. We saw Josiah Miles come into the game against Rutgers. Can Darren DeVries buy some minutes for guys here or there, and then the fouling thing, the players got to take care of that. The coach has to make them aware and all of that stuff, that it's like, what has to happen on the court. But I mean, the guys who are seniors, which there are a lot of seniors on this team, they know how to play basketball. Is like, you cannot, Tucker DeVries or Lamar Wilkerson cannot get 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes of this game, or else that will definitely change the flavor also. Let's see you look at some comments here. David Gray, I dislike Purdue also. I am a pharmacist that refused to attend Purdue, which is an hour away from my home. I went to school in New York State. There you go. Well, where'd you go to Syracuse or Ithaca but good for you for not going to Purdue. Purdue, it's, if you're really great at math or you want to be an engineer, go to Purdue, I guess, But if you want to go somewhere where people have fun and it's a beautiful campus, you go to IU or somewhere else. But yeah, we got a little argument here about the John Wooden and Bob Knight. But yeah, Knight hated John Wooden because he took money from people, and that goes way down. There we go. Albany College of Pharmacy in Albany, New York. That's beautiful. That's where Indiana played out there and lost in Albany. I wonder if you went to that game. Wow, TJD, that's where they played in the tournament just a few years ago. They were in Albany. So hopefully you caught that game. So, and you got a great arena there. You can attract the NCAA there. So, oh, here we go. Now you're talking. Where is that? Is that banner hung by the camping course there at Purdue that who built that? The Pete Dye built it. Yeah, the famous course at Purdue. I bet Purdue does have a banner hanging there for the golf in 1961. But I cannot emphasize enough how big of a game this is for Indiana. Reed Bailey. I mean, Reed Bailey really needs to. I think DeVries has been using him in better ways, not getting him so much into the power moves around the basket. He's really great at slipping screens and passing the ball off of, not out of the post, but he's definitely a good passer, like off of the 3-point line. Reed Bailey is. So will we see him be able to maneuver and be able to get some rebounds in this game? This is going to have to be an all hands on deck, especially for the big guys. For Trent Sisley has been the Rutgers game. He did not play great. He has had a couple of bad games, but he is definitely another dude in this game. Well, it's going to have to rebound because we're going to have our hands full in the rebounding statistics here. But if you look at let's look at Purdue, what they did against UCLA, their team stats. So in that game against UCLA, and I've not looked at these stats yet. I mean, they gave up UCLA shot 56.9%. They were 9 of 20 on 3-pointers. So that of one of the comments earlier that Indiana's got to shoot over 40%. If Purdue gives up that type of a clip to Indiana, you are definitely in the danger zone of Indiana beating you very badly. Um, how Purdue really stayed in this game was, I mean, they were 6 of 7 on free throws. They out rebounded them by 1. They out rebounded them on the offensive boards 9-4. Purdue did against UCLA, and then points in the paint were 30-28. So pretty even there. It was just like in that game, it was really Purdue playing bad defense. I mean, that's what I've seen Purdue play against the game against Iowa and then the game against Illinois. Is just Purdue playing terrible defense and getting themselves just trying into a game where they're just trying to like outscore people, and they're really waiting for Braden Smith to take over the scoring, and they struggle. They struggle in that area. So I mean, Indiana's going to the key 3 guys. I mean, to me, it's making Lawyer and Braden Smith uncomfortable. And this is the one team where, Braden Smith is not like a 6'6" guard where, Connor Enright matches up pretty well with him. I mean, Braden Smith definitely has more quickness, but I mean, Connor Enright has more physicality, I think, as a defender of being able to get after Braden Smith like that. So getting a lot of people rolling in here, 19 people in here. So appreciate it. Signetti needed to come in and give the Bob and Knight motivation speech. I agree 100%. I think Signetti's got to he's got to talk to the basketball team and get these guys like fired up. Maybe they just bring in the entire football team into the Indiana locker room. I don't think it's big enough to fit them all in there, but just get all of them in there clapping it up, get some of the grittiest guys. It's never a bad idea. Remember when like Antoine Randall played on IU's team, or Tom Crean had a couple of guys. It's never a bad idea to put a football player that's got good basketball skills, put him on your basketball team, because he will make everybody on the team that much tougher. It's just you want, sometimes as a coach, you just have to know like that kind of guy that's going to make them better in practice. So that's just my 2. The football team is coming. They announced they are getting recognized right before tip. Oh, are they? So actually that will fire up the fan base big time. I did not know they're going to be introduced before the game. I did not hear that. Thank you, Bowden's flip phone. Indiana football. Okay. Oh, this is the perfect time to do it. This is when they brought Bob Knight back, and the Purdue game is going to be the biggest game, and so, heck, Curt Cignetti should take the microphone before the game, and that place will be rocking. That place will be rocking if Cignetti takes the microphone before the game. So, I don't know who doesn't want this the most. Purdue on 2 losses probably does not want to play Indiana at home. This is, no matter what the circumstances are, playing Indiana at home for Purdue is never that much fun. So, or is Darren DeVries more terrified that he has to play? It's like, I got to play Purdue off of 2 losses. It's a very interesting game because you got this Purdue team that was really riding high, and they've been riding high most of the season. I mean, they started this season for Purdue, and it starts out to me the same way every year. Like last year, they were ranked number 1 for a period of time, and I don't know if they get that just because they have a coach that's been there a long time. They just seem to get that ranking. They'll be ranked number 1. And like as the season goes on, you'll see Purdue, like last year, Purdue midway through when Indiana beat them, because Indiana beat them last year, believe it or not, they could not cover Renew and Ballo down by the basket. So, and we know how Edie was gone. So Indiana got that victory last year when they weren't like that great of a team even. So um, for and I do not know what's going on with this camera here, but there. So it's kind of a strange game. It feels like a must-win game for both teams, and when that happens, you normally get a really good game. All I would ask is if the team, because I've been waking up so early, if you're gonna get blown out, just get blown out in the first half. That way I'll be asleep by the time I wake up. I'll know, it's but this game goes all the way down to the wire, and I'll definitely stay awake till midnight watching it and then hearing all of the responses afterwards. Uh at least if you're gonna make it go down to the wire, just win the damn game. If it's gonna come down to the wire, just win the damn game in the end. So yes, and this is what I want. Dorn goes out there tonight. If he scores like 14, 16 points, that's definitely a confidence boost for him. And these guys really have not experienced Indiana basketball. They're going to experience it tonight for the first time. I've been like, I don't know how many were at the Iowa game or what our max attendance has been, but the crowds have been lively, but the balconies have been empty. And we all know you fill the balconies, you fill the entire place up, and you get a raucous crowd in there. That will be the first time, like all these guys will really experience that. And maybe that having the place sold out, if it's sold out, and just that extra bit of juice will drive these guys to a victory tonight. I sure hope we see it. I'm gonna get off of here. Been on here 22 minutes. I don't want to ramble anymore because we just got to see it on the court for these Hoosiers. They got to get a quad one victory. It's the perfect time to do it because it's Purdue. They're reeling. There are so many reasons to get it done. And Darren DeVries needs this because the fan base has not bought into Darren DeVries yet. I want to buy into Darren DeVries, and I want to see him get a victory against Purdue in this game tonight. So everything is flowing. It's got to be flowing in our direction. And we know went to the Xavier game last Saturday and seen that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And go Tucker. I can't believe you're even saying that. Yeah. I saw somebody up here saying how Tucker just don't get in foul trouble. Or somebody said bench him to start the game. Maybe that wouldn't be that bad. But don't get in foul trouble. So yeah, and we got to do that to Purdue. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of Indiana Sports Connection. Until next time, stay classy out there, Hoosier fans.